Hey guys, so what is going on? LegoMan1 here, and welcome back to another video. And today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Ninjago Legacy Zane's Titan Mech Battle set 71738. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first minifig is Zane, and this is his Season 5 appearance, and it's really awesome to see a Legacy version of his Season 5 appearance, but I'm not too sure how accurate it is because I don't have an original Season 5, but I could definitely see some similarities with like the detailing with like the sort of symbol in the middle, because I definitely do recognize that, and the color scheme is definitely really awesome as well. I do like the inclusion of his accessories with like his bow and then a sword, some shoulder armor, which I believe is nothing too new. I believe we got introduced to that in like season 11 maybe, or even earlier. The detailing on the torso and legs is definitely really awesome. I love the silver, like the blue, a bit of black as well. And then the ninja mask is also really cool as well, with a really nice color scheme with white and black. And it is the legacy sort of ninja mask. And then his head is like his robotic sort of facial expression. And then what I found really interesting was I actually did include Zane's hair, which I just thought was like really interesting because we've never seen that before for any Ninjago sets, and to actually see them include this for a legacy set is just really awesome because I've never gotten the Zane hairpiece, so to actually have it in this sort of set was definitely really awesome. I believe I do have it on the sort of right sort of angle, but no, I'm pretty sure that is correct, but if I am wrong, please tell me down in the comments below. But it's just really awesome to see Zane's hairpiece in a set like this, because I was surprised they actually did include it, and they didn't actually include hairpieces in any other Ninjago sets before, so definitely really awesome how they do actually have it in a Ninjago set like this. I hope they do include more like Ninjago hairpieces in sets in the future. And then the next minifig is the Soul Archer, and I believe this is a new Ghost minifig. I don't think we've seen him or her before. Well, we may have in like the Season 5 sets. This new Ghost piece in the translucent green and the purple is definitely really awesome. I do like the bow and the black color, but I wish it was maybe in a different color, maybe like a purple color, so to sort of match the Ghost a little more. Well, the torso printing is definitely really awesome. I do love just the sort of color scheme for it, and like that sort of a greenish, bluish color, and then like the purple, and then the symbol at the back is definitely really awesome as well. The translucent head is just really awesome in this green color. It is also really similar to like the original Ghost head, but I did take a very close look at my Glutar one, and it does look a little more bigger with like the skull piece, because it sort of does take up a little more room. But the ninja mask in like that sort of purple and blue color does look really awesome. Then the next minifig is Glutar, and I do have the original version of him, so I'm definitely excited to do a comparison between those two minifigs, because there are definitely some similarities and differences. The Ghost piece is definitely really awesome to get again in that translucent green and the purple color, and then his weapon is really awesome. It's like some sort of stake type weapon. I'm not really too sure on like what it is, but I do love like these sort of pieces in like this sort of translucent green color with like, I believe that's black maybe, but it's quite hard to tell. It might be a purple. And then his torso printing, I believe, is the exact same as the previous minifig we did take a look at, but I do love the color scheme for it. And he does have some shoulder armor and then like a ninja mask in, I believe, a black coloring, and then the sort of hat piece, which I believe is different to the original version, just like the pattern of it, and the purple color is definitely really awesome to get. And he does have the same translucent green head with the same skull print as the previous minifig. So the final minifig for this set is the limited edition Golden Jade, and this is his Prime Empire version. And I definitely think this minifig looks really awesome. The build for like the sort of podium or stand is the exact same, with the circular tie with the 10th anniversary. And then the studs are different, and they are blue because Lloyd's were green. And I really like how they do change it up depending on the ninja. but he looks really awesome. I really love the golden detailing on him. Also a bit of blue, and then also a bit of silver, and also possibly some like gold instead of all being gold. I really love how that does look. The pants or the legs have some really awesome printing to it. The torso has some very interesting but awesome printing. And then the sort of Prime Empire piece, what was introduced to actually hold your swords and like your sort of life bar, is in a gold color, and I just think that looks really awesome. It would have been really cool to actually see like a gold rod in translucent, and then like the sort of life bar in like a gold color to actually attach to here. That would have been really awesome to see. But then his ninja mask has a gold and like a blue color. I definitely think that looks really cool. But I wish they did have this symbol printed on there, maybe in like a gold color. And he does have two facial expressions. And then his back torso printing is definitely really awesome as well. Now that the minifigs are out of the way, let's just get into this really awesome build for Zane's Titan Mech. Now I believe the original version was a little smaller, but that did include, I believe, a couple more minifigs, or maybe the same amount, and then also another mech. But this one just looks really awesome. So I definitely love the build for the mech, and we'll work our way up from the legs and then slowly work our way up, because there is definitely a lot for this mech, and definitely quite a lot of ball joints, which I really love, because instead of just having like a really stiff and like not movable mech, they've actually done that and made it quite movable in like different sections, and there's just a lot to love about this mech. So the legs are identical on either side, and I really love the build for them, sort of how stable they are. Instead of just having like really skinny and small legs, I really love how they actually have legs what actually hold up the mech, instead of like you place him and just sort of wobbles around. So I really love how they've done that. He can wobble sometimes, you just got to get him on like a good position. And the legs have some really nice part usage to them, with like these sort of propeller pieces in white, and then these sort of pieces to sort of make the knee joint area. And then there are quite a few stickers in this set, and I must say they actually challenged my sticker skills quite a lot, because they actually have like this sort of roof piece in like this really nice blue color, and then at the back, this is where it actually started with like the ball joints, where this part was very hard to actually do, because you have to get it in like the smallest area, which is like this area here. You have to like clip it in, so then it would actually all hold, and I must say that was really hard to do. After doing it, I actually had like a bunch of spots on me from like getting, not cut, but like sort of getting pressed down really hard from the ball joints. So that was definitely quite a challenge. But I really loved like these gold pieces on him to sort of make more detailing, and the legs work really nicely. So you bend like even the feet move, and they are built really nicely as well. And there are some stickers here, so I just really love everything, and especially the beehive piece in this sort of a grey or gunmetal grey color just looks really awesome, and it just adds so much to it. I just got to remember how to do it, because it is quite a sort of fiddly process to actually do. So you can move the leg up and down, which we'll get to soon, but there is a really nice sort of knee part to it. I just got to remember. There we go. So you can bend that up and down like that, and that just looks really awesome. I love how that does work, and it does work pretty nicely with like all the ball joints, but it's just really fiddly to get a sort of good camera angle on it. So now we'll move to like the hip sort of part, and that is where we have like this sort of section here, and I just wish they maybe hit it a little more better, because it does look sort of open in a way, but the legs have such an interesting design to them with like how they actually work. I believe this piece is brand new. It's actually two pieces, and you can move these up and down. I just forgot to mention that, and they work really nicely. It has the same sort of attachment as like a hinge, but it just works really nicely. Like you can go like really high, and I really love how as you move like the leg up, it doesn't, this part sort of moves as well, so like you don't have to like move the leg up and then do that and then move that up. So I really love how that does work, but the legs just have such a smooth sort of motion to it, and it is the exact same on the other side as well with that attachment. So then, moving our way up to the arms, they have such an amazing design. I really love the amount of detailing for the arms, especially like these sort of pieces. I'm not too sure on like what they are, but they just look really awesome. And there are a couple of stickers on like these Next Through Night shield pieces, which were very interesting to actually put on. And that does move up and... Oh, I just shot the cannon. Whoops. They do move up and down, and they make a really nice sort of a shoulder armor type thing. I'm not too sure like what it is. And then like this sort of part moves. I believe that's some sort of like energy to actually make the mech move, or like some sort of... I'm not really too sure like what that is, but it definitely does add to it. And the arms are pretty identical on either side. And I think I just broke it. Nope. And then I also really love how the arm can move pretty much like 360 almost. It just sort of gets a bit stuck there from like this sort of piece, but it does move really nicely with a hinge attachment. And then the hand also has a really nice move to it as well, and I think you can move it, yep, 360, so that just looks really awesome. And I also love the build for like the sort of sword attachment as well, and it just moves up and down like that, and this piece can move as well. And then the arm on the other side is pretty much identical, but instead of a sword, it does actually have like this sort of spin piece. I'm not too sure on like what to call it. And the hand can actually move as well, like so. And I just really love the motion for that. And then the main cockpit where Zane can actually sit has a really nice build to it. Oh damn, sorry about that. As well, you can actually move the cannon pieces up like so, the head, and then actually, I don't think you can move this thing up and down, but I just wish you could maybe move it up so then like you can get Zane there inside the pit just a little more better. But I do love the build for like this sort of section here with like this sort of gold, and I just realized I have, I just realized I have them on different sort of angles, but Zane does fit there pretty nicely. And if you do take off his weapons, there is such a smart idea where they actually have some clips for Zane to actually put his weapons. I'm really glad they actually did do that, instead of just like throwing his weapons on the ground and like sort of forgetting about them. You can just attach them to like this sort of part here, but it is quite fiddly because you don't want to like accidentally press too hard and make the mech fall. So they do fit there pretty nicely. And then once you do put them there, you can actually put Zane in the mech. And I believe you could put him with his hair and hood piece on, because he does sort of sink in there pretty nicely. I won't like press him down. I'll just like sit him in there. Then you do put the head on, and then you put those back on. And he just looks really awesome sitting in there. And there's definitely like quite a lot of room in there for him, instead of just having like a really sort of tight space for Zane. I'm really glad they have like an open area for him to like move around. So we just put Zane back in there for the time being. And before we do, it just looks really comfortable in there as well. So now we'll put Zane in there, and then we'll finish off the mech with the head. So I really love these cannon pieces, and as you did see twice, I accidentally did press them, and I definitely think that looks really awesome because it just works pretty nice, but they are really annoying to pull back in. They sort of like keep rejecting, not want to go in. Then the final part for this mech is the very small build for the head, and that definitely does look really awesome. I do love just how simple that is, and it does have a couple of stickers on it on like these sort of pieces here, and then the one across here. But I do like the build for the head, and that does attach via a ball joint, and you can actually move that, and also a clip and bar attachment, and you can move that pretty freely. Actually, it does work quite nicely, and I like how you can sort of move it up and down. It really does depend on like how you want Zane to sort of sit in the mech and all that, and like how far you want the head down. But I would possibly like recommend it like that, so Zane can actually see out of the mech. So now we'll take a look at the packaging for the set, and I believe the same advertisement is for all these legacy sets, and that is the other sets for this wave of Ninjago with the other golden minifigs. And then the box is definitely quite a big one. I don't think it's going to fit on screen. We may have to move Zane's Titan Mech just a little further away. And then the advertisement for this does have J on, I believe, the left. And then just everything on the set is included with like the minifigs, and it just looks like a really awesome battle. And then at the back, it does show some of the play features on Zane's Titan Mech, and it is, I think, 26 centimeters, but then 10.2 inches, which is just really awesome because it is quite like a sizable mech. And then just everything included as well at the back, but I'm not too sure on like what that means. It may mean like Zane's Titan Mech battle in like Ninjago language, but I'm not really too sure. And then it does show you like featured in season 5, which is just really awesome to see that, like how they created this set from like season 5. And then it does show you the other, I think, yeah, 6 ninjas you can actually collect. And we do have Jay and Lloyd, so I'm definitely excited to get the other 2. But then when Zane and Nia come out, I'm definitely excited to get them. So if you haven't already, I would highly recommend picking up this set, because I definitely think in Australian dollars, which is $79, I definitely think that is worth the price for the minifigs, and then also the really awesome and almost perfect mech. There are some sort of parts they could have maybe added a little more detailing to, just to make it look a little more better, with like the ball joints sort of being shown here. But apart from that, I definitely think even the part usage and color scheme is definitely perfect as well. So if you haven't already, I would highly recommend picking up this set. So I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions about this set down in the comments below. And as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can see you soon. Goodbye!